Delta has been one of the greatest states when it comes to football. The Delta player have that mindset of we're going to die for this and we're going to die. This is our career. This is our passion. Going to Europe, played the football internationally, played in Hungarian league, Irish league, and the Welsh league. You know, it gave me that notion that no, I'm getting this experience. I can't live in Europe and come back and hang out in Abuja and hang out in Lagos, where I know my people, where I come from, need me. Because if I didn't take those experiences in Europe and bring them to the grassroots, then I'm not imparting life. I'm not doing my fair share of my humanity. That's why I take this task as something that is a burning desire in making sure that the grassroots, we need to go back to the basics and start from the grassroots. I used to remember when we were growing up, before they go for any major tournament, they'll first of all come to Delta State to camp and play teams in Delta State. Even though I remember when I ever have my own fair share in trying for the Golden Eaglet, is when they came to Delta State through Eguavon. That was when I was picking in Warri Township Stadium. Growing up in Warri, you can see company like NNPC. They're putting money into football. We have the NNPC team. We are used to hold their boots for some of the big players then. We have MPA putting money into football. We have DSC putting money. Because those are social corporate responsibility for those companies to put. But these days, like me now, this tournament, I've written to nearly all the multinationals. None of them answer to me. None. I can say it here. None of them. My letters in the office. None of them answer to me. The only one that answer, tell the senator to sponsor it. They have money. And that's one of the difficulty, you know, the kind of way me, someone that live in Europe, want to run this Delta Senators Unifying Cup. That European blend need to be on it. But because of the lack of funding, lack of the empathy for, you know, sport young, and that thing is start dying from most of our multinationals and most of our philanthropics.
Now, it will be said that Nigeria used to be one of the most developed footballing nations on the continent. But in recent time, our fortunes seem to have dwindled, especially on account of poor performance. And most especially, funny enough, Nigeria is not going to the World Cup this year. But what seems to be the problem? Undermining many will say it's an administrative problem, but the honest truth is how much quality of young players do we have at the moment? And how do we help to enhance and get these skillful players from the different parts of the country they seem to be? Now, many will say a lack of us always pushing for tournaments that will help to discover these young and viable players have is being regarded as one of the most teething problems that seem to be affecting Nigerian football, be it for the male and female side. But what needs to be done to change this narrative, and how can we better the lot of discovering these young players in their youthful age and getting them to be on the international stage? Well, all of that is what we'll be looking at today as we x-ray on a very important tournament that will be held right here in Delta State. And indeed, it is happening in a couple of days' time. And we're talking about no other but the Senate Cup, and indeed, it is one that's the Delta Senators Under-19 Unifier Cup. And like I said, it's happening right here in Delta State. We'll be having the opening ceremony will be held on the 17th day of April 2026, and no other, but you do know that it will happen not just only here itself, but like we said, it's happening in Delta State, but every other person is invited, and it will be happening at the Southern Delta University Stadium, Uzoro. That's where the kickoff will be. And it's one tournament that is already causing a whole lot of wave at the moment, because a whole lot of senators, all the major senators, are backing this very tournament, all in the push to raise young Deltans to see how they can help upgrade the national team and see how we can be proud of what they do. You do also know that His Excellency, Right Honorable Sheriff Obodiworo, is a special guest of honor, and he'll be there to cheer. You do know he's a football-loving governor, and he'll be there to also be a part of this beautiful unifier to see how we can grow young talents. But anyway, it is not us talking about it, but we're now being honored in getting one of the major organizer of this very tournament, and we're talking about the Chief Executive Officer of 3D Global, and we're talking of no other person but Onoriode Gold, Omo Gufe. Yes, I hope I'm right with that. Good morning and welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Michael.
Well, anyway, I'm really excited about this because the honest truth is, I can't remember when we've had this kind of a tournament.
Yes.
Even cut across Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
I before we came on air, I was telling you that Edo Delta State, which was the Bendel State, in the past used to have almost 70-80% of players in the national team, but all that seemed to have dwindled away on account of not catching them young and putting them there. So I would just really want to first ask you, what will this tournament help to do? Let's understand what this tournament will help to do and why are we having this tournament at this time in Delta State?
Yeah, thank you very much for bringing me to your studio this morning and thank the viewers that are out there watching. One of the most important things for this tournament, like you earlier said, is Edo Delta, which is Bendel State. It then used to be one of the Holy Grail where you could get the best talent to represent the national team. When you talk about the under 17 national team, the under 20 and the under 23 and the Super Eagles.
Yes.
But those things are dwindling away due to some of lack of administrative fault and some of I can see put it majority still come to funding grassroots football. During in former Bendel State, when you talk about sport, the funding used to come normally to the grassroots, which is what this present administration has not got into now, which is the local government autonomy. Then in Bendel State, we have that local government autonomy opportunity where grassroots sport always organized in the local capacity, So now, thank God we are going through that phase again now. Yeah, the doing of those things, making sport one of the things now that is really done, especially in Delta State now. We need to go back to the boardroom and really sit down and put our house together. Because before the national team, the Golden Eaglet, I used to remember when we were growing up, before they go for any major tournament, they'll first of all come to Delta State to camp and play teams in Delta State. Even though I remember when I ever have my own first share in trying for the Golden Eaglet, is when they came to Delta State through Guavon. That was when I was picked in Warri Township Stadium. We played a game against them, and the match was really hot. They really see the talent. And then that day, about 6 of Delta boys were picked. For that 1995, we went to Calabar because then they used to come here because this is where we have the best teams. So these days, because of one lack of that input of financial backing and administrative error, putting the right people in the right position, you can put a ball inside a triangle. You can fit it no matter how you want to do it. This is Nigeria. This is not Europe where you put the right people in place that need to govern sport, especially sport, because sport is something that unifies the country, unify everybody, unify community, and even unify household. Because when even though you married a wife, it's not a sport loving person, but being he's my husband. You will not let him know that at least sport is part of you. You will not have to love sport.
So that's more like define even the family.
Exactly.
Not even the nation itself, but even the family.
Unify everyone. Because look at it now, Nigeria is not going to the World Cup. And you can see it's really touching on us.
Disappointment.
It's really disappointing. The only thing now that we can really happy for now is the latest song that just came out that is hitting everywhere, both in Europe and in America. Though we are not there, but the song is making wave before the World Cup. So.
Well, anyway, as much as it's making wave, let's still remain with this tournament because the reason I'm really excited with it, many Nigerians will not know this, that you also played for the national team.
Yes.
I could still remember in 2003, you were a substitute for JJ Okocha.
Yes, sir.
And our friendly games against Venezuela.
Yes, sir.
I still remember that very much.
Yes,
now,
sir.
let's look at Delta State itself. Let's be frank. And I want you to be honest about this.
Yes.
Do we have a whole lot of talent here in Delta State that are yet to be discovered? In your honest note, I know you've played internationally, you've played in Hungary, so at least you see them at your first glance, you know that this is a would-be talent. So let's start with that. Do we have enough embedded talent in Delta State?
Yeah, thank you very much, brother. Delta State, the kind of football, the brand of football we play in Delta, it's not the kind of football they play out there.
Okay.
That's why you can see the scouts that are coming are scouts that have been hearing about Delta players. Delta players, they really want to come. Because in Delta State, Delta is a hub of sport.
Okay.
either be athletics, either be
yes, yeah. When it comes to sport,
Delta. You understand me? So that is the reason. We know the hunger of most of our youth has gone. You know, it is only for we now to start building back again and put Delta into the map when it comes to sports and football playing, because Delta has been one of the greatest states when it comes to football. And a lot of people, even though me, I live in Abuja. Okay. I work in the National Assembly. Yes. I have my friends that are scouts, that are coaches. I've taken it's like 10 boys to Abuja for scouting program, because they love the blend of the kind of way the Delta players play. Because the Delta players have that mindset of, we're going to die for this, and we're going to die. This is our career. This is our passion. First of all, because when there's no passion, there's no empathy to play. But when you have the passion, then the empathy will be there for you to really go to the highest level in sports. So Delta have all it takes. We have the talent, maybe male or female, we have them. It's only for we just to get it right. When we get it right, you see them. You see that days or the glory days will begin to come back again.
Okay, now I want to ask you. I'm happy you said you're more of an administrator. You played, you were a footballer, you played, now you're into administrative level and scout in football. Now, I want to understand, what gave you that motivation to come back and do this? Let's understand that first. What gave you, because we know you are not the only one from here. We have a lot of them out there. They're either scattered in Lagos or in Abuja, and they really come home to give back to football, what football have made them. So, what's your driving energy, driving force in you coming back home, spending your resources, spending your time in wanting to do this?
Yeah, you know, like every man deserves an opportunity. Growing up in Warri, I grew up in a household where, you know, it's not easy for me to survive. You know, football is the only thing that can take me out of criminality, that can take me out of the street. You know, the years we grew up in Delta, years of criminality that
was so rampant.
It's easy because of peer pressure, they push you into crime, into everything. You know, I'm somebody that really struggled right from primary school. You know, I hawk in the street, I sell pure cold water, hawk in the Woody market, I hawk Gary in the whole of Warri. Everyone knows me regarding that. So the passion of sport, especially football, that took me out of that criminality and side of things. I take me out of the street, you know. Me now playing, having the opportunity through my elder brother. My elder brother, his name is Jordan Omagufi.
Yes.
He's the one that took me to Hungary, where I started my football career. So, you know, going to Europe, played in football internationally, played in Hungarian League, Irish League, and the Wales League, you know. It gave me that notion that, no, I'm getting this experience, what I cannot get here in Nigeria. I studied too football. I attended a school where I have my own equivalent to higher diploma degree. Yes. So it's for me now even to come back to Nigeria. As I study, I went to the Nigeria Institute for Sport, you know, to study, to get my basics, coaching and everything, management course. So now me coming back to certify myself, to really know that this is something we need to do, because I can't live in Europe and come back and hang out in Abuja and hang out in Lagos, where I know my people, where I come from, need me. Because if I didn't take those experiences, get in Europe and bring them to the grassroots, then I'm not imparting life. I'm not doing my first share of my humanity. You know, those are some of the things that some people always forget. Because the street of Warri made me who I am today. Because without the street of Warri, I would never be the Onoriode Gold that people are talking about today. So I need to come back. The experience I've gotten, I need to put it, and at least let someone tap out of that experience. That's why I take this task as something that is a burning desire in making sure that the grassroots, we need to go back to the basics and start from the grassroots. Because if we don't start from the grassroots, you can't do it all. Because that is the reason we need to get football back. And thank God for the government we have now, the Sheriff of Onoriode we have now. You can see it's a sport-loving governor, even though the commissioner is a sport-loving commissioner. So you can see now you can see the Warri Stadium. Because if we talk about getting the talent, we need to still talk about the infrastructure. Because when the talent are there, where is the infrastructure that we need for them to strive on? Because when the infrastructure is not right, when you go to Europe, it's like you're seeing something different. It happened to some of us, because We didn't get those infrastructure. I was in Europe when I know somewhere like Ogunu Shell have a pitch that is international standard. Because when I was playing in football, the only place we play football in Ogunu is inside the community, you know. But now you can see Ogunu have a World Cup standard pitch that you can bring any team to come and play. So those are the kind of things, and those are the kind of infrastructural development that we need to put in place to make this young talent them, you know, they breed and become the next J.J. Okocha, the next Oruma, the next Onoriode Gold, you know.
Okay, now thank you so much for this. Now I'm a bit disturbed.
Yes, sir.
And the reason I'm disturbed is why are we not having these persons come back and support sponsor such tournaments? Why are we having less of it nowadays? Yeah, we know the coming of His Excellency has changed the narrative. But why are we not having enough sponsors be a part of this project?
Yeah, you know, even though in this tournament now, it's a very good question that you really ask, you know. You know, some of us that have been in Europe will see the passion of sponsors coming out, putting their hard-earned money to sponsor football. They sponsor even though the community football, they sponsor even though we call it boys football. The grassroots, they call it boys football, you know, which is the grassroots. You know, they sponsor, they put in their resources, company, multinationals, even though little businesses, they bring their little token and put into football. That's why you can see the passion of the European, you know, going to the stadium, watching football is different from us here. You know, years ago, growing up in Warri, you can see company like NMPC, they're putting money into football. We have the NMPC team, we are used to hold their boots for some of the big players then. We have MPA. Putting money into football. We have DSC putting money because those are social corporate responsibility for those companies to put. But these days, like me now, this tournament, I've written to nearly all the multinationals. None of them answer to me. None. I can say it here. None of them. My letters in the office. None of them answer to me. The only one that answer, tell the senator to sponsor it. They have money. But they forget that the senator's job is legislative duty.
For their constituents.
For their constituents. Even though they want to fund it, if the budget, the money is not there, they can't use their own money to sponsor it. And that's one of the difficulties, you know, the kind of way someone that live in Europe, want to run this Delta Senators Unifying Cup. That European blend need to be on it. But because of the lack of funding, lack of the empathy for, you know, sport in young, and that thing is start dying from most of our multinationals and most of our philanthropics that normally used to do this in the past.
But
you know,
it's sport, not business.
It's a business. That's
that's what I'm surprised about, because if you go to Europe, you catching a player young, somebody like let's say for example Rooney.
Yes.
You catch him young as early as 6.
Yes,
you're part of it. Before he grows even to 16, you are reaping from your profits.
Yes.
Before he grows into an international player, you're also reaping from your profits. So why is it that Nigerians do not look at the business side of this, or rather look at it as, I beg, what is it in me for my game?
It's a very touching topic. You know, you can see the problem we're having not is Nigeria. Nigeria, they are investing into sport. When you go to Abuja, when you go to Lagos, when you go to as part of Kaduna, when you go to the East, you see people putting their money because they know that money. You know, sport is an investment.
Yes, so
you can't put in sponsorship money today in sport. You are expecting to reap from. No. You first of all grow this talent, give them the exposure. You know, catch them young, give them the exposure. When you take them now to the European market, where they're going to be refined because they are good already. But they need to be refined when they get to Europe. Then when they hit that form, you see the clubs will begin to pay their dividends back to the club that groomed those players and back to the Nigeria FA. And one will be coming back to the Nigeria exchange in the sense of transfer fee, in the sense of giving them foreign exchange and giving them the remuneration that deserve for the academic team that train these players. Because without money now, they cannot train at least under 10 players that can benefit from that. Like I have friends in Abuja that are into this big time. They don't have any business.
So are you saying other parts of Nigeria of Nigeria is doing this, but we seem to be lacking that?
In the southern part of Nigeria now, one thing I see now, the empathy and that desire So that's zeal. Oh, let me put my money into this and wait for 5 years for investment to turnover to come. I don't see it in this part of Nigeria, especially the South. I'll be very frank with you. I've engaged with a lot of politicians. I've engaged with a lot of business people that I know they have this money. I've met people that say, okay, see, give me a loan of 50 million. Give me a loan of, let me say 30 million. Yeah, and let me invest into this. And let me bring some scouts. And when I bring this scout, because I'm in Europe, I live in Europe for 21 years. I have this connection with scouts, people that I've worked with for years, my former colleague, even the colleagues I know in other countries that really want to come to Nigeria, because Nigeria is a name when it comes to football. Nigeria is a household name because you can see what is happening in Turkey, what Osimhen is doing now. They worship him like a look at the goal. So now those people that are paving the way for this young talent that need to go and replace them when they finish their career, because those people now, they need to now try, especially this South, and invest into the game. Because when they invest into the game, there is more coming out from what you invest. It is just give the investment time to grow. That's one of the things that we advise most of the multinationals here, especially our own business people that are looking sport. There's nothing in sport. There is something in sport. Do you know what it takes to sell one player alone? One player have the opportunity. Just a month ago, my friend brought 7 scouts from Europe, and all of them are Champions League scouts. In the FIFA Go project, my former teammate Sheyi Olafijani, yes, who is the director of talent hunt for Chelsea in Africa, it was there. We're together. I have his photo, everything. We're together. And 7 scouts, 14 players was picked. And I'm talking to you. The 14 players they fly last month. Wow. They fly last month to Europe. For trials. Okay, for trials. 4 went to Man City, some went to PSV Eindhoven, some went to Club Brugge, some went to Sparta Prague. So take it now. If for that 14, 7 players make it, do you know what is the exchange coming back to Nigeria? Football is something, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's our appeal. I can't do it alone. Yes. I don't have the capacity and that money to do it. But with individuals coming together, bringing that fund, you understand me? You can see things can be done the right way. And when you meet the right people, let's say that I was talking with someone. It's a chairman of Anosha local government. You know, we were talking about this football. He did a tournament last year, and he has some little stress of, securing the boys' visa to Europe. I now told him that, see, anytime you do something like this, it's good for you to bring the right people in place. So the right documentation that the embassy need. Sometimes the kind of documentation you present to the embassy makes them to refuse those boys' visa. For them to travel. But
the right channel has to be followed.
To be followed. That's why you put the right people in the right position to do it. Not because, yes, we can say, you love football, you can do the ball. You can't be here in the studio and be in the field doing another thing.
It's not my job.
Well, it's not your job, you see. So that's why people like us, now we played it, we have the passion, and we really want to give back by serving. Because it's not better to serve than to be served.
Well, anyway, in case you're watching us, indeed, like I said, it's a lovely one and an honest and frank discussion we're having today on the show. You do know we're talking of no other but the Delta Senators under 19 Unifying Cup that will be holding pretty soon. Today is 15th, that will be next tomorrow. It's starting on the 17th, and like I said, it's no other but at the sports stadium of the Southern Delta University, Uzoro. That's when it's happening. And like I said, we have no other person but the convener of that very tournament right here with us. And he's giving us a breakdown of what we need to do as a people to see how we can re-energize, put emphasis in catching these people young. Like he said, it's not only about the money, but also getting these persons engaged. If you do not engage them properly, no surprise, most of them will turn into crime. It's simple and short. A hand that is not working will definitely do something else. It's common sense. That's how it is. But let me come back now to you, sir. I want you now, let's talk about this tournament.
Yes, sir.
It's time we talk about this tournament. I know it's starting on the 17th,
yes,
which is next tomorrow. Can you give us brief on some of the teams that will be participating here some of the formats it will take, how many games are we having during this period, and what it means to be a part of this tournament as a team.
Yeah, thank you very much. This tournament, Delta Senators Unifying Cup, the first edition.
Maiden edition.
Yeah, the maiden edition.
I'm happy we're having you come talk to us on the maiden edition.
Exactly.
That means subsequently we'll be having on everyone.
We're having a lot. We're having a lot. We're having a lot. Delta State, we're going to be having a lot of,
that's
things
nice
happening now.
That's nice.
With this new stadium in Warri, I believe we're going to be having a lot. The Delta Senators Unifying Cup, the maiden edition, is a tournament that has been put together by the distinguished Senator Joe Thomas Onoriode, Senator Ededa Finune, and Senator Ned Wonko. I know we have a lot of challenges in making sure this tournament becomes something that will be for future purpose, that will make the youth leave the street and come back into football. There's a lot of benefit in this tournament, a lot of benefit, First of all, let me go to the structure of this tournament. This being the maiden edition and the time of the planning of the tournament, and the constraint of funds coming out to making sure we host this tournament, we narrow it to the 25 local governments providing us a team each through the 25 local government FA, giving us a team each. Then we now invited two participating teams from each senatorial district, making it 6. Then we, the convener and the local organizing committee, we now deem it fit that some of the players that do not have the opportunity to play for the local government teams, they can come into the team senators. Team senator. So we have crops of players that we invite from different places that will be coming to.
They can come from different
local government. As far as you love football, you want to play, you have the capacity to play, and for the scout to watch you, you can come and join. So now making it 32 teams, and we did the draw last week at the Party Performer House in Asaba, the DFE headquarters, where we did the draw for the tournament, where all teams are now drawn to play each other regarding the tournament. And we have the centers, we have the Kwale centers that are in Zoom, Uzoro, which is happening at the University Stadium. And it's starting on the 17th. And 19th and 20th, we'll be playing in Saple, 19th and 20th. 19th and 20th, we'll be playing in Kwale, which is doing every.
So it will be running simultaneously?
Yes, because we want it's a 10-day tournament. So we want everything to go. Because this time now is a political time, and everyone is busy chasing dreams and everything. So our honor is to make sure the players come to the pitch and play, and make sure this maiden edition will not play, because there are challenges that we face.
This will give you more of a roadmap
exactly.
of what subsequent ones
exactly to be done. So that's why this one we're doing it, making sure that we do it perfectly, to the best of our ability, to make sure that we can really go back to the grassroots, catch them young, and give them the opportunity, the fair playing field, to expose themselves, get this talent, expose them to the international community, expose them to the scout, and next time when the scouts are coming, they know that Delta have the talent. And Delta, they carry last.
Well, okay, I'm happy you said that. Now, let's look at it. Everybody's invited to come and watch. And how is this security structure? Because that's also what Nigerians are saying.
One thing is security structure. You can see now, first of all, my scouts that are coming, the first raise an eyebrow. Coming to anywhere Delta, it's an eyebrow. First, the flag is there from their respective embassy. You're going to Delta, that place is very hostile. That's the first thing I was saying. Well, some of them know that we already know we provide them the adequate security. The adequate security that will guide them and take them through. Even though the scouts that are coming, our self needs security. You need security, we need security. Sometimes we say we need security for God. No. A man is the first defense to himself before you talk about God.
So security is adequate.
And that's why you can see the Delta, the Southern Delta University is a very secure environment. We have the police, we have the civil defense that will be on ground, and we're still going to have, an army van that will be there as well. Because anywhere we go, the hotels and everywhere we go, the security will go with the scout as well. But we know for that security is taken place.
That's nice.
And anyone that is coming, rest assured you will be well taken care of. And we have gift on that day as well.
Well, anyway, I was almost running there, because that's where I'm going to there. So let's understand. I know this is the maiden edition, and everything is almost like fast tracking, because you also know we're in the political space, and you know how things are. Now let's look at what the first prize, second prize, what are the gifts for most of these teams that will be participating?
Yeah, like I say, I would really commend, yesterday I was in a meeting and someone was telling me that they asked me a question. I told the person I'm a football man, yes. I'm a sportman. And in sportsmanship, we don't put politics into sport. Yes. You understand me? I always like to drink on the way. Though everyone has
everybody is a politician.
Everyone is a politician, but when it comes to sport, we don't put the politics into it. Though the tournament name is Delta Senators Unifying Cup. We use the senators. The drive of this is the senators, Senator Juwel or Senator Ede Dafinune, they have done a lot of empowerment, skill acquisition. They did a lot of things, buying keke, this for this. But what about the sport that is in the street that was not involved in those skill acquisition? But he have this talent. He have this God.
So this is more like giving it to them also.
Yes, giving back to the sportman.
So learn all that.
They are left left out in the whole political system. So they look at it, okay, let's take it and let's do it. We know it is tough having the fund that we need to make it big, but we know with the little we can do more. You understand me? Because what you have is what you give. Yes. So there's a first prize. Yeah. The first prize of this tournament is the first prize 2.5 million.
Wow, 2.5 million.
Yeah, 2.5 million. A trophy, medal, and 2 finalists. Set of GC.
Wow, that's good.
Set of GC, that's it. Then the second prize is 1.5 million with medal. Wow. Then the third prize is 1 million naira with medal as well. Then another consolation, which I always emphasize on, opportunity for your player being scout.
Yes.
Because that's one of the
first hand.
Yeah, first hand.
Scouts are there to look at them.
You're not sending DVD, you're not sending video clip, because all over the world, every scout. Players send DVD from them from their respective country to them, so they don't have the time watching this DVD because they can have maybe 50 DVD a day. How can they watch them? So it is better we bring them to the grassroots. Come and see what we have here in Delta State, because we know the Carolina will give you the kind of players that you are looking for, that can replace those you think they need to be replaced in Europe. Those are the young players, and I know that's why the 5 scouts are coming to come and see.
All the scouts are from Europe?
They are from Europe.
Wow.
They are from Europe.
Wow.
Holland, Belgium, UK, Slovenia and Italy. Wow. They are coming. Wow. You understand me? So bringing them, this is the first time, bringing them to this part, especially playing in Ozoro, is something of a different experience. Yes. Normally scouts always come to
Major, Port Harcourt, Lagos, Abuja,
Asaba. But so now we want to bring them that our home is safe. Don't follow the narrative.
So this is more like showcasing Delta in another way.
Yes, now Delta is a big place, it's a beautiful state. We need to showcase. I'm surprised that some people, like me, since I came back from Europe, I have the opportunity to live in Lagos. I have the opportunity to live in Lekki, live in Abuja, but Warri is my place. I cannot be shy of my home. Yes. I'm an Isoko man. Yes. I cannot be shy of my Ozoro. I come from Onoriode, where I come from. Because I would love the village kind of life, because like me, living in Europe, my house is not in the big city. I live in the south.
Yes, countryside.
Countryside, you go to the farm, go to things like that. I love the kind of life, So not me just being like with me, I don't stay much in Warri. I'll live to the Isoko to stay. If I'm not in Abuja, I'm always in Isoko. That's how it is. So it's an opportunity for we, to go back to the grassroots and develop grassroots, because with this coming for the first time, and the way our manner we support them, like the local government chairman, Godino Goruba from Isoko North, and the local government chairman from Isoko South. I've met with them, and they're really coming out to make sure the biggest scout feel to the local government chairman. Because they are the first citizens. You need to.
They are the host.
They are the host. Yes, you need to show them these are the scouts that came. That reception and everything. And Nigeria, we are very hospitable when it comes to welcoming our guests. So with this, we'll make the tournament now. Second edition now. More scouts will get ideas about Delta. Let me go. I heard they took some 10 players or 5 players from Delta. Let me go if we can see more talent.
So it's not like creating inroad for them to also market Delta on the larger scale.
Yes, now.
That's what this tournament
Delta is a hub. Delta is a hub. I will tell you, I've traveled Nigeria before I left Nigeria. Even though coming back to Nigeria, I still travel. I've been to different places. I've been to scouting programs. I've been to Kebbi State. I've been to Nasarawa, I've been to Niger State, I've been to Kaduna, I've been to even Kwara. I've been to Kwara to scout for players, Barati in Kwara, border between Niger Republic. I went there to scout for players. I've been to Port Harcourt, I've been to Goni to scout for players, you know. But one thing, your home is very, very important. Because I know my home, we have the crop of good, talented players here in Delta. And that is why I'm really emphasizing on Delta. And that's why I'm still begging, you know, most of the multinationals to come back.
Because that's where my question is now, because this is an opportunity.
Yes.
This is an opportunity to reach out to them.
Yes.
We on Atlantic TV, we pride ourselves of having a wider reach.
Yes.
And honestly, some major names are our subscribers on our station. So these are a wide opportunity to reach out to these persons that might have this money, have this dream, but they don't know the right channel to put it in. Yeah, we know many Nigerians are like that. And because of how things are, some people are wary, some people are scared. And if I give them the money, will he do it this way? Will he? Yeah, because they are there. Many of them have the money, but they are scared of the wrong channel, just like what you said before. So this is an opportunity to reach out to them. I want you to talk directly to these persons that might be interested in wanting to invest, but are a bit lukewarm when it comes to how do I go about it, especially knowing that you are already in it and you will definitely give an inroad. It's an opportunity to.
Yeah, you know, like me now, I'm a CEO of 3D Global Sports. You know, I'm into sports, consultant, sport equipment and everything, general contractor. This is our passion. When a man has a passion and he have a drive, he doesn't see the person that can back that drive. You know, that's why they say when you go to the grave, a lot of wealth of experience died in the grave because they didn't see those people that give them the playing field to showcase their talent. Yes. 2019, 2019, the first talent hunt I did in Abuja, it was sponsored by just one man. I didn't even write too many proposals. A friend of mine came from England. We went to visit his friend. He now introduced me in Bendel State here, Warri. Wow. Introduced me to this man, Dr. Sonny Apoibo. He's the owner of Astevin Green Energy. Just introduction. The man said, yeah, I'd like to do something with football. I like to make the kids play. Can you bring scout for me? I said, oh God, what's the reason for me being in Europe? I can bring scout for you. It's okay. How much do you? I just put everything together. Under 3 days, this man released 60 million at 2019.
So some people are passionate.
They are passionate. But they want to get the right channel to follow, because I won't blame some people that they want to drop money. I have stories. I gave so million to so person. He didn't do according to what he promised. Yes, those are stories. Even though me that is even doing it today, some people have even come to meet me. You think this one will work? No, you see, he said, find that you know the hide itself. Yes. When it comes to this kind of thing, this is what we are used to. That is why we are a consultant company. That's why we have the contact. That's why we have the people. As I'm talking to you, I have scouts. I have foreigners that want to come nearly every two months to come and showcase what we have in Delta. Because we have them in Delta. And it's just to put the right support, we'll get it. And we know there are some multinationals in Delta here, especially in Warri, that are trying. Look at the Delta Central Cup that was hosted. Where sponsors like Tantita push their money into it, you know. We still have bigger multinationals that can still do more. And we still have individuals that have this cash. They don't know what they want to do with it. Why not invest it in the life, the dream of these young boys in the street, young boys and girls that are dreaming of playing football in Europe? I'm appealing to our people. Don't look because they want to swingle you, then you the opportunity you want to give to the young boys and girls in the street, you deprive them of not having them. Even when I'm doing this tournament now, even if I go today, complaining, how can we have logistics? How can we go apply our matches supply to rent a bus is 400,000? We're going to eat, we're going to do this. And you need to give us the money. I straight to them, see, bro, I'm somebody that live in Europe. I don't care about the money. Yeah. No, I love passion. But the passion of this thing that is driving me. This project I'm doing it take me 2 years and 6 months to 8 months for it to become something of the daylight.
In
planning and doing it, to making sure that I commit these distinguished senators. Yes. I convince them that you need to do this in your term. Because if you don't do it, The youth will try to judge you, and the youth will judge you that when you were there as a senator, what do you do? Do you showcase anything for the sportman? But thank God today, the senators, they listen to my cry, they listen to my appeal, and it's okay, we don't have much, but take this, take this to support you, go and do it, but do it well for us, so that when we see what you do, next time we can do it more. And I know by the second edition, I'm appealing to them by the second edition, please, time is not too short. Contact us. You have our contact. Yes, contact us. Come and sponsor us. If you can sponsor a team, it's something. Yes. Nothing too big, nothing too small. I want to meet somebody. I was expecting the person to give me maybe 2 million, 3 million. But the person shocked me. He gave me 100,000. Yeah. I said, thank him. I said, for you to release 100,000 for me to do that, is that what we need to buy pure water?
Yes, for the children.
We're coming to play. Yeah. That is no contribution. We only to contribute to go back to the grassroots and contribute immensely for this youth. Actually, the youth, honestly speaking, if we can take at least 5,000 youth, boys and girls on the street, through sport, through football, bet me, at least Delta will be a safer place more.
Well, anyway, I love the way you said it, and I love your appeal and how passionate. Somebody watching out there will know you are passionate about this. The passion is there. It's not just for the wealth or the glory, but rather for giving back and seeing how you can better the life of youth. Time is not a friend, we'll soon go. Yes. But before we do, I want you also to talk to those watching us and talk to them that a need for them to also be a part of this. Come, even if they can't sponsor financially, but let them come, have a field day with these kids and let them enjoy Delta showcasing their talent come 17 to 20th.
Yeah, Deltas, my fellow Deltas, it's a pleasure being with you in the studio today. My appeal as a former Nigeria international player, a typical Warri boy from the street of Warri, born and brought up in this layout, Okumangba, attended school, Ogribe Primary School, a boy that hawk Gary in the whole street of Warri, that served a lot of people in this town. I have served kings, a lot of people in this town that my name is still in their heart till tomorrow, as a nose. I'm appealing to you out there, please come and support this football. This Delta Senators Unifying Cup is the first edition. Without you, we can't get it right. Without you, me, myself can't do it. We need you. We need your support financially. We need your physical presence. Even though you can come from here to Zoro to come and watch a game, it's something. It's something that is good. And if you come, I promise you, there's a face cap like this that will be given to you in the stadium. I have at least about 1,500 face cap that will be given to fans that are coming, for them to wear, to know that at least they are there on this first media edition. Please come, and I know God will richly bless you when you come and support the grassroots football. Let's get it right this time. Thank you, Deltas.
Well, anyway, I will need to congratulate you.
Thank you.
And also specially thank you. Because it's not all about being a former international player. No. We have all of them. Most of them are there. They don't even want to come back home. They keep even peddling the wrong stories outside. But you took your time, took your energy, took your resources to come and see how you can give back to young Deltas what you've enjoyed on your own. We really need to thank you, and all we are also hoping you have a successful outing. Yes.
Yeah, please. I really want to use the opportunity to thank my boss, distinguished Senator Onoriode, for backing me and making this dream, this vision, a reality. I still want to thank Senator Ede Dafinune for this listening here. I call him the gentle senator for listening here. And I still want to thank the distinguished Senator Ned Wunko that can do more as a pillar of sport when it comes to this. And lastly, I want to thank the boss of Tantitan Security, High Chief Kestin Pondi, that listened to the call of my boss and support us in this initiative. May God bless all of them from the bottom of my heart. May God bless all of them. And I know by the next edition, we're going to do it more bigger than this first edition. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, thank you so much. And it's more like a wrap. But like I said, we wish you nothing but success. And we'll try and see whether we can even come to one of the matches. We
please.
need to watch
Please,
and get this talent and see whether they will come and play for Atlantic Football FC.
We're going to get a football team. Because I really love to be part of this television family. Because,
well, anyway, it will be a pleasure for us. But I would say I really need to thank you so much for also coming here and doing this. We really appreciate your time with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, for me, it's more like a wrap on the show today. Indeed enjoyable. But you enjoy your time if you definitely go to those very matches starting on the 17th and run through on the 20th. And it's going to be more of a 10 days bonanza and a festival itself of football development and discovery right here in Delta State. And you'll be doing yourself nothing but pure pleasure and happiness being a part of it. But more is more like a wrap. Let's get your comment, contribution, and reaction on our different social media platforms. We'd like to have them, and let's see how we can not only support, but see how we can develop football right here in the big heart, and that is Delta State. I still remember Michael Gobadia. God bless you. Have a great time. Still be with us, because you know the news will come after now, and definitely something to trend later. Let's go on a break.